Hello everybody and welcome back to another Fallacy Friday. Last week we talked about appeals to tradition, and this week we are talking about Ignoratio Elenchi. Now, I know what you're thinking. Don't you do this all the time, Justin? Yes, I do. That's why I'm so excited to cover it this week. Now, before we start, I must dedicate this video to Mr. Smith for really inspiring me to make this video based upon his very common catchphrase, which is, "That's not relevant." That's kind of what this fallacy boils down to, but thank you, Mr. Smith. Let's get started. Alright, so we have to go back in time all the way to Aristotle. He used Ignoratio Elenchi in his Organon, which actually wasn't organized until about 40 BC. Now, unfortunately, I can't read Greek, so I had to read a translated version. Essentially, what Aristotle says is that this fallacy happens when someone tries to refute or disprove a point made by proving anything other than a contradiction of the original point. Basically, it works like this. I say A is true. You counterclaim that A isn't true, and you say that you can disprove A. Now then you go prove B. Alright, so what you prove, which is B, could actually be true, yet the fallacy occurs because you proved B, but you didn't really disprove A. Essentially, you missed the point, and you proved something that wasn't relevant, an irrelevant point. Now, I know the alphabet gets pretty abstract sometimes, so let's come up with some other examples. I could say that I don't deserve that speeding ticket for going 30 over the speed limit. I tell the officer writing the ticket that there are more dangerous criminals out there, like peanut butter thieves, and that he or she should be pursuing them instead. While I may be correct that police should allocate time differently, I missed the point that I still broke the law. I drew a conclusion that didn't address the fact that I was indeed speeding. Another example would be if I ask, "What is the drinking age here?" and someone replies, "It should be 10, 'cause that was when I took my first sip of Henny." Saying the drinking age should be 10 didn't actually answer what the drinking age is. This is an example of the fallacy because saying what ought to be is irrelevant to what is. Now, we will come back to this concept in a later video. It's known as the is-ought problem, and I'll be excited to bring up my boy Hume. As I said earlier, I'm extremely guilty of this fallacy because I love to argue so much. I'll start an argument, and then naturally I just keep branching off into irrelevant topics that don't deal with the prior argument. No matter how much I love trees, I am much better off just sticking to the point at hand. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next week. I hope you're excited for next week. And I will leave the writing of Aristotle in the description if you want to read it. Where you get the definition of how to refute properly. I believe it's in section 5 of that writing, but I will put that, obviously it's in English. If you want the Greek version, I'm sorry, you can find that on your own. Alright, thank you for watching. See you next time.